Hello, and this is vlog number 3.7 for AP Seminar. Yeah, hi, Miss Yum. And okay, so today I want to talk about a couple of the sources we had this week. One was the PTSD one, and Through the Tunnel. And I feel like some of the topics that came out of it were really good. And I want to talk about the PTSD one because I felt I'm a data driven person. I tend to trust data a lot, and I like statistics as well. So in this one, right, I really liked all the charts and all the statistics stuff they had in there, and it's also like an added benefit for me because in AP statistics we go over a lot of the the fundamentals that are talked by the PTSD article, like the p values, the population size, um, and some alpha levels to make sure that the statistics is legitimate. So I feel like when we were analyzing the article, right, me and Lenuka were kind of bouncing off of it. There was a lot of data that was supported by the evidence that was suggested, and when we had the knowledge of statistics, we could back it up. And I felt like that overall had a give a more uh, round approach to the project, and um, there's a lot of ethical question marks that are presented by this one because just because you're testing on the birds doesn't it get to mean that you just cut their head open and measure their brains. It's just not ethical, I feel like. But I feel like on the other hand, for the study, a lot I think it was Anna who was making the argument that if they kill the birds they're not going to get a result. I kind of disagree with that because let's say you have a sample population of 50 birds, right? And out of that you take a stratum of 10 birds, right? So if you're having the birds of equal masses, same species, and you're imposing the same treatment, um, I feel like if you take a subsample of it, like say let's say 10, 15 birds, right? I feel like that will give you a good conclusion of what's happening to the rest of the birds. So yeah, you sacrifice 10, 15 birds, but then again, you get a good result, and you can make conclusions that are not faulty. Then I want to talk about the inaugural address. I feel like in a push, right? Um, a lot of the concept mentioned by FDR, because his predecessor, Calvin Coolidge, right? He had a lot. He was very biased towards the wealthy people of the wealthier class, and he had a lot of policies like the melon tax, which one of our sources in APUSH said that benefited like 300,000 of the wealthy Americans, yet 13 million of the working class were suffering. So, which kind of backfired for Coolidge because in the next election, he was, directly like there was a laser on his head kind of thing because of that, and then he was also a very economy driven person, so he kind of let the economy do its thing, and based on how that went, that's how the nation went. He had like a hands off approach, like the car was on cruise control and he was just hitting the pedal. And I felt like FDR did a much more cohesive job on his presidency, because one, during the Great Depression he had the New Deal, right? So he was more directly involved. He kind of ditched the completely materialistic point of view America had towards the early 19th century as our factories started to mass produce goods. You have Henry Ford's assembly line, which started he had the Ford system where like one person does the same job over and over again, so there's less room for error, and there's also mass production. That's why you see cars, radios, and other electronical items that are just rising in sales, um, and the credit system and everything. And I feel like FDR did a good job of targeting the American people and to kind of have unity among the American people, because in times of crisis unity is what you need. And as being the president of America, of the United States, I feel like you have a focal point in kind of connecting all the different ethnicities, backgrounds. So I would say the inaugural address can really speak for courage, and I can also speak for the materialistic versus individualistic points, and there's a lot of other topics that we dished out. I still yet to look at the band to like fresh all the topics, but I feel like there's a lot of stuff in there. Me personally, I want to do something that has to do with the psychological aspect, and I also want to include sport. So I'm kind of thinking maybe PTSD and Simone Biles to be one of them. I have a plan on how I'm gonna organize uh, my thoughts on that one and the evidence I can use, because like you mentioned, I can't just throw the evidence on there like a supplementary thing. That has to be the backbone of the paper. So that's a couple things that I need to keep in mind. But overall, I felt like we're headed at a good pace, and there's a lot of. I feel like in here your creativity can kind of take in, and you can. The possibilities are limitless, really, with this. So, um, I feel like even although the topic might be boring, right? At this point, it doesn't really matter if it's boring or not. It's what can get you the most points. So, I feel like with that mentality, uh, we have to proceed forward. Yeah. So that's my thoughts on that one. And as for the week, it was pretty chill. Nothing too much here and there. Besides the fact that Wednesday I had like three tests, including your essay, which I mean I feel like I killed the essay. I'm not gonna lie. But then again, if I see another 6 plus, I'm gonna literally hang myself. That's a joke. I'm just I don't know. I should probably cut that out. Probably not gonna, but whatever. Um, but yeah, still yet to get a 7 on the essay. So looking forward for that one. So that's yeah, that's it for this vlog. Nothing much, Dad. So yeah, see you. Bye.